Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. This is episode 7 of my Hardcore Ironman series, where I just try to go as far as possible on this Hardcore Ironman, of course. Now, I try to get as much progress as I can per episode, and in my opinion, I think this is probably the best episode that I've ever had for progress, and you guys will see that. There's a lot of montages of levels in here, and there is a lot of quest progress as well. So sit down, relax, grab some food, and enjoy this episode, guys. So to kick things off, I'm fishing some sardines for a daily challenge. I had a lot of homework, and I wanted to AFK, so I decided, you know what, screw it, let's do a lot of fishing, and I just kept on going, and I started at 7 when I, did the daily challenge, and I fished at the Draenor, place for sardines, did that 10 fishing, and after that I got some herrings as well, and then once I hit 20, I had a decent amount of the sardines and herrings, so I felt like I was done there, so I went to fish some trouts at the fly fishing area at the Barbarian Village. I had to buy a few hundred, I think actually like 1,000 feathers, so that was kind of expensive, but oh well, it's gonna be worth it in the end. And, just doing that slowly, I got to 30, and then from there, I was getting trout and salmon. So salmon's just a better trout, you could say, in terms of food. My XP rates were getting a little bit faster, and I just continued doing this while doing homework, and I finally hit to 40 fishing after about an hour, I believe. At 40, I turned in my fishing challenge. I waited until then so I would get the most experience out of that challenge, and I ended up getting 500 experience. I don't think I leveled from it, but yeah, now I'm at 40 fishing, and I have a ton of fish. Look at that. I have, like 300 something trout. I have, well, actually like 400 something trout, and I have a bunch of the other fish as well, so pretty epic. Now that I had all the raw fish, I felt like I should cook them and get my cooking level up because I was only like 17. So I ended up cooking all of them, and it got me up to 42 cooking. It was pretty amazing how I got 25 total levels from that little cooking stint that I had. And yeah, so much progress in terms of levels just in the first few minutes of this episode so far. So you guys can already tell where this episode's going to be going in terms of progress. Now my bank is stocked to the brim with food. I can now do Slayer pretty hardcore without having any problems. But before I go and hardcore the Slayer, I wanted to do a few quests to get pretty decent experience in the combat skills to make it where Slayer was a little bit easier and faster. And the first one being the Witch's House quest, which is very easy. It took me like 10 minutes max, maybe 5.5, I don't really know. And I finished it obviously, and I got 6k HP experience from it. That put me up to 39 hit points, pretty epic there. And then the next quest I wanted to do was the Fight Arena, which has a few okay boss fights. They're really easy, especially for my level. And the safe spot at the end made the Hellhound pretty easy. But at the end of the quest, finished it, I got 12,000 attack experience, and that put me up to 42 attack from 40. And then I also got some thieving experience from as well, and I got 21 thieving out of the deal. After that, I was going to do the Tree Gnome Village quest, and that gives really good attack experience. So that was quick too. I finished that in 15 minutes, I'd say. Then I got the 44 attack from that. That was pretty cool there. Awesome progress so far. And then because I did the Tree Gnome Village quest, I can do the Grand Tree quest now, which is a very good quest for experience. There's a boss fight in there at the end where you have to kill a black demon, and considering my stats, I thought it would take forever to kill it, so I was overgearing and stuff. Obviously there's a safe spot, so it's pretty easy, but I was thinking it was going to take a while, but it really didn't. I hit some lucky thresholds, and the overpower did work really well on it. But I turned in the quest, and it gave me 8,000 agility, 18,000 attack, and 2,000 magic. That was why I did it. So that put me up from 11 to 26 agility. That's a massive increase. And it also gave me 3 attack levels, putting me at 47. It didn't give me any magic levels, but still, that is an amazing amount of levels right there. And, it's just getting me a little bit closer to wearing rune melee weapons. That's going to be really nice whenever I get a rune 2H drop. It's going to really speed up my melee training. Now that I had all the quests done that I wanted to do a few daily challenges that I had. The first one being a quick farming one. I just had to plant a Asgardian hop. Easily did that. And then the second one was I needed to do 4 crude chairs in my house for construction. Quickly made the planks, and then I did both of those challenges or whatever. And I actually made more planks than I needed, so I got up to 1 to 8. It's good to start that skill, because it was level 1, obviously. I needed a certain level in construction for an upcoming quest that I was going to do, so might as well do, the extra construction now. So I turned them both in, and I got 10 construction and 11 farming, so whoop whoop. I then grabbed a Slayer task, and I got Earth Warriors, which I didn't really want because I had to go in the wilderness, and, you know, eventually into the Chaos Tunnel. So I had a risk of dying, but really it was a very small risk. And as for like the task, I mean, they are kind of hard for my level, especially when they piled me, and they did really pile me a lot. But it was pretty quick. I mean, it took me 2 trips, maybe 25 minutes at the max. And I ended up with 47 magic, 40 HP, and 31 Slayer, so not too shabby at all. I also had a Slayer daily challenge, so I turned that in and got an easy 1000 Slayer experience. Didn't get me a level, but still, 1000's pretty nice. And then my next task was 101 Banshees, so I went in the Slayer Tower. Quickly finished that. I mean, they were really easy. And I tried range originally, but I mean, my range is so low, so I couldn't even kill him. So I did magic instead, and I got 48 magic, 33 Slayer, and 41 HP out of the deal. So yeah, I'm getting total levels like mad in this episode so far. And I turned in the Slayer contract, and I didn't think it was going to be that much, but I actually got 21,000. So that's fucking crazy, but that's a lot of GP, and that's like a rune weapon that I can buy later on. Next task was Crocodiles, which weren't too bad, but their drops are nothing. You only get bones. So, I mean, I only leveled up Slayer once. Pretty lame task overall. But to follow up that lame task, I got 104 Anku, which I have not done Anku since like 2008. And it was kind of refreshing. It was something new. And they were a little bit harder than I thought they would be, but I mean, still, they were relatively easy. And, you know, I got a ton of herbs from it. I got 25k GP and several mithril items that I'm going to be needing for elking later on. I got 50 magic in the end, and yeah, that is my first 50 plus skill right now, so pretty awesome. So very profitable and, you know, a good task for progression. I wasn't done with Slayer, so I got another task, and I got Cockatrices, which I have not done in so long as well. I think the last time maybe was when I was playing 07, but they weren't that bad. I mean, for levels, they were, I mean, for experience, they're pretty bad, but I did get 48 attack during it. But they're pretty decent because you get a lot of limpworts and cockatrice eggs, which are good for herb lore and summoning, respectively. Yeah, I mean, all around pretty decent. Enough Slayer. I think we did enough Slayer so far. So I felt like I wanted to get my construction up, and I was going to do 3 quests that gave me construction experience because I didn't want to do the construction myself, I guess. Might as well get the quest done, you know. And I needed that to get to like 16 or 19, something like that. But the first one I chose to do was the Tower of Life quest, which it was really freaking annoying. It was very tedious, but right at the end, look at this guy. What the hell is this? Like, seriously, what the fuck is this? It looks like it's straight out of, like, Binding of Isaac, I swear to God. But yeah, that was kind of funny. I do not remember that, that model of that white fucker being so weird, but, you know, finished that quest, and I got 1,000 construction experience, putting me up to 14 construction, and I also got some thieving out of the deal, and 22 thieving. Now to do another quest, it was the Perils of Ice Mountain. It gives you several 500 experiences in, you know, 4 different skills. So I was going to do that because all of the skills were, like, very low level for me, so I knew I was going to level them at the end. And I actually, you know, finished it pretty short time, and I got 7 total levels from it. I got 2 construction levels, 2 hunter, 2 farming, and a thieving. Damn right. The last quest I wanted to do was the Eyes of Gluffrey. I think that's how you pronounce it. Overall, I mean, for experience-wise, it's very, very useful. For getting the items for the quest, it took me like an hour, because I tried making a mud rune, and it took me like 4 trips, because I kept on bringing the wrong stuff. And then one of the trips, I brought everything, and I messed up and accidentally made earth runes. So, not a good time. I mean, it was like 2 in the morning, so I was too tired to do anything effectively. But, you know, I still finished the quest at the end, and it took like 45 minutes for like the actual quest. Pretty quick, I'd say, for that kind of quest. And it brought me up to 51 magic and 45 rune crafting. So both of those skills are relatively, you know, high on my account. And the reason for me doing that quest actually was I wanted to get my magic higher, you know, closer to 55, because I want to start elking and getting a lot of money, because I do need a lot of money for those construction planks that I mentioned earlier. So speaking of elking, I went to the Cockroach Soldiers, you know, south of Edgeville for 55 magic. I know that their experience is absolutely terrible, but I calculated once I had hit 55, I would have like nearly 1,000,000 GP in just elkables. So definitely worth it if I did it. And it actually took like 3 to 4 hours, and I did it all in one sitting. And oh my god, I was so bored. But I collected all of the carapace, I got all of the seeds, I got all the elkables, including like the rune skimmies and rune square shields. So yeah, I finally hit that 55 magic. I can finally do elking, so awesome. Not only that, I also got several hundred mithril ore, and I also got like, I think 70 addy ore as well. So, I mean, that's going to be very helpful for smithing later on, like, you know, in a month or so when I actually do attempt smithing. And to top all of that off, I got 250 crimsons, which is amazing. That's going to really help for summoning down the road. Now that I have everything I can elk, I need nature runes, obviously. So I went in and did the Abyss mini quest, and that was pretty quick. It gave me 1,000 rune crafting experience, and I decided just to rune craft the natures until I hit 46. So that netted me, I think, like 700 or so, and that would be enough for all of my elks. Because I have all my nature runes, now I have to craft all of the carapace, you know, that actually elk it. And I also had, like, I think 200 spider silk from the last episode when I went and camped those for range levels. So basically, I made carapace legs instead of the bodies because you get 150 more GP per hide than with the bodies. But, you know, it takes longer, I guess, and you have to elk more. So, I mean, in theory, I guess it would have been better to do bodies, but you know, I get more GP this way. So from crafting all of these things, I went from 37 to 41 crafting. That's pretty nice. Those extra levels will definitely help when I go for quests like Fremennik Trials and making my own jewelry and stuff. But it is time to elk all of the elkables, and it was pretty damn tedious. I had like, I think 600 something elks I had to do, and it only took like a little bit over half an hour, and look at that, I ended up with 1.2 million GP from zero. I also had an extra 200k in the bank though, so that puts me up to about 1.4 mil. And I mean, you know, before this episode I had like what, like 50k coins. So I mean, I also got like 100k from the cockroaches that I didn't mention. I think it may be more than that, like 150k. But you know, that's pretty damn epic. Now that I had the coins, I can make my 1200 oak planks that I needed for the massive construction level gains. And I also woodcutted an extra like few hundred oaks. That gave me 47 woodcut, so woot woot. Making the planks was a little bit boring, but I had so much motivation that night because I was up for, I think, 12 hours playing constantly. This entire episode was like basically one sitting. So I had so much motivation to like finish the progress. So I definitely did those planks without like any problems, and I got the 1200, and I only lost like 300k GP, so definitely worth it. I still had like over a mil. So I quickly did 16 through 19 with regular planks and automatically switched to oaks from 19 to my end goal level. And I'm not gonna lie, construction is very like arthritis-y, if that's a word. You know, it just gives you arthritis or carpal tunnel, something like that. And I mean, I don't like construction whatsoever. I mean, it's very, very fast, but like the preparation like needed is just too much, and then once you actually do it, it's just arthritis. So I didn't really enjoy it that much, but I did hit the 47 mark with all of my planks. So basically in this episode, I went from 1 to 47 construction, which, considering construction is kind of a harder skill on Ironman, I mean, that shows that I did a lot of things in this episode, and my total level is absolutely soaring so far. And during this entire construction, like, shit, I got 750 total level. So when I die, you guys should know. So if I die, I mean, it's gonna say on the announcements like Netflix has died to whatever, you know what I mean. Let's hope I didn't jinx myself. Let's hope that never happens. But you know, just saying. Anyways, guys, I think that's enough progress for one episode. I hope you guys agree with me. That was a lot, because in one night I played for 13 hours straight. I streamed the entire thing. Didn't have too many viewers, so I don't think most of you guys would know. But I just streamed the entire thing, and it was tons of fun. And just look at my stats. I'm at 759 total at the end, and I started with like 582. So, you know, that's like 177 increase. And a lot of it was like hard skills like construction or attack levels, magic, and that kind of stuff. I went from virtually no fishing and cooking to each of them in their 40s, and I got elk level. So whenever I do Slayer, it's going to be a lot easier to get the drops, and I just get straight GP from elking. And it's just crazy to see how far I am just in the 7th episode. I know I'm not the fastest or farthest Ironman ever, but I mean, honestly, for how much I play and how much I focus on my main and how much time I actually put into the Ironman, it's great to see where I've gotten, and like the fruits of my labor showing up. But either way, I hope you guys are enjoying the series as much as I am, because I'm definitely enjoying it. It's probably one of the funnest series that I'm doing right now, and I hope in the future I can you know, keep up with consistent uploads of this series. But we're just gonna have to see how that goes. I'll see you guys in the next episode or in the next video. Have a good day.